Hey guys, welcome to the University of West Georgia's virtual campus tour. My name's John. I'll be one of your tour guides today. I'm a senior here at West Georgia, psychology major, art minor, and I'm also a third-generation legacy student, so a lot of people in my family have come to West Georgia, and I'm really excited to take part in taking you guys on the tour. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get the tour started.
Hi you guys, so this right here is our first stop. This is Love Valley. To begin, would you guys just like to know why it's called Love Valley? Awesome, I'd love to tell you. So a long time ago on this side of campus, we had residence halls, and on this side of campus, we had even more residence halls. And this right here behind us was actually a big lake. And so what would happen is, in the middle of the night, residents would meet on a boat in the center of the lake, and they would rendezvous and fall in love. And so they started calling it Love Valley. Some of the events that you will see out here on Love Valley, we have our Welcome Back Blast, which happens the first couple of weeks of school. It's like a big carnival style theme event. West Georgia will provide games and rides and cotton candy and popcorn, DJ, and at the end of the night we actually have fireworks. And so you just come out here and you have a good time, and it's like a let's get the semester started type of event. Another event that you may see out here on Love Valley is called Screen on the Green. It's exactly what it sounds like. West Georgia will provide a really big TV, blankets and towels for you to sit on, popcorn, and you just come out here and you watch movies. And we actually already had that event this school year, and they played Avengers Endgame. So they try to play recent movies. Lastly, in Love Valley, you also might see a wedding or two under the gazebo.
All right guys, welcome to our second stop on the tour. This is the University Community Center. It's got 3 different levels to it, so I like to talk about this building going from the bottom floor all the way to the top. And on the bottom floor, we have our Wolf's Den food court, which is where we have restaurants such as Chick-fil-A, our sushi bar, and burger grill down there. On the second floor, we have our Center for Academic Success, and that's basically going to be kind of like your general tutoring center on campus. So if you're struggling with any of your classes and you want to go to a place to get help, that's going to be your first bet to go to. Then we also have our advising center there, and you'll meet with your advisor once a semester to plan out your schedule for the next semester, track your degree progress, and all sorts of things like that. But they have walk-in appointment hours, and you can make an appointment with them through email or phone number or things like that too. And the final thing that we have is our mail post office center. So that's basically where you have your own P.O. box that you can send and receive packages and mail from, so you don't have to go into town to do any of that sort of services that you need. You can do that all on campus. So on the third floor, we have 2 other restaurants. We have our Market Fresh Deli, which is kind of like our university sub shop, but it's really unique because it uses fruits and vegetables that are grown in our community garden on campus as sandwich toppings and things like that. And we also have our Delights Bakery, where you can get tons of sweet treats like smoothies, cookies, donuts, and things like that. And then the final thing up there is we have our Wolf's Card office, where you'll go to get your ID made during orientation, and you'll use that as your housing key. You'll use it for your meal plan, and depending on what classes you take, you'll be able to use it to get into certain facilities on campus too. Now, that's a really important part of your college toolkit here at West Georgia. Don't be like me and lose 3 separate IDs in one semester and then proceed to find 3 of them in your car a week after you got the 4th one. So make sure you keep those with you at all times.
All right, guys, so we've made it to our next stop. This is the Ingram Library, named after our 2nd president, Irvin S. Ingram. And it's kind of different than a traditional library, so we're going to go inside and be able to show you guys how. So inside of the Ingram Library, we actually have 3 floors, and it's divided by the volume in which you can talk. So this first floor here is our group collaborative floor. You can bring your friends down here and be able to work on those assignments. We have whiteboards aligned around the perimeter of the library, so you can check out dry erase markers and erasers, be able to work out anything on those boards. We have printing stations as well. It's 10 cents to print per page. And we also have IT West in the corner. So the university provides premium Grammarly and Microsoft softwares like Word, PowerPoint, and Excel for free. So if you want to load that into your personal computer, you can definitely go to IT West and they'll be able to help you. On our 2nd floor, that's hushed tone. You're still able to talk just at a lower volume. The coolest thing on our 2nd floor is that we have group collaborative rooms. So what you can do is you and a friend can get together, issue your ID to the personnel at the desk, and they'll give you a key to that group collaborative room. And you'll be able to go in there, maybe cram for an exam, study for a test, or work on a group project there as well. On our 3rd floor, that's no talking. That's for our students that need absolute focus when studying or completing assignments. The coolest thing on our 3rd floor is actually our Mac computer lab. So we have Mac desktops for our students who like that Apple software and want to be able to utilize that as well. The Ingram Library is actually open from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. the next morning, so there's no excuse to get your early morning or your late night studying done.
All right, so we've made it to our next stop. We are at the Oaks Residence Hall, which is actually one of our newer residence halls that we have here on campus. It opened up in 2013. So the first thing I want to point out about the Oaks Residence Hall is our 6-point security system. So as you guys saw, I swiped my card to get in the building. You swipe your card with the student who is sitting at the desk here behind me. You swipe your card to get on your hallway, and then at your door, you swipe your card again and put in a 4-digit PIN number. So like I said, 6-point security system, just so we always know who's going in and out of our residence halls. Another thing that I want to point out about our residence halls is our cameras. We have over 300 cameras that are located in our residence halls. And if you're like me, sometimes you might see a camera and you're like, no one's watching that camera. That camera's not on. No, not here at West Georgia. We have a control room, which is staffed 24/7. Once again, just so we always know who's going in and out of our residence halls. When we continue on this tour today, you guys are going to be able to see the doors and the different names that are on the doors. So I would like to go ahead and point out that our residence halls are co-ed. So what that means is that in your room, you'll have the same gender, but maybe across the hall or next door, you'll have the opposite gender. And then lastly, before we go check out this room, I want to let you guys know that laundry is located on every other floor. So we're currently once again in the Oaks Residence Hall. The first thing I want to point out about this room that we're in is our microwave and our mini fridge. There's one located in every room on campus, so parents, guardians, you guys can go ahead and check that off your list. You don't need to buy a microwave, you don't need to buy a mini fridge. Another thing that I would like to point out about this room is our HVAC system, or essentially our air conditioning unit. That was something that I loved about staying on campus my first year. Me and my roommate got to control how hot and how cold we liked the room. Another thing I would like to point out about this room is that our beds are loftable, so you can either lower them or raise them. If you guys can imagine, my freshman year, I raised mine super high and I was able to put a futon under it, so it really opens up the room. And then lastly, this is a suite style room, so what that means is it's come with its own bathroom, so it has a shower and a toilet. Also in our residence halls on every floor, we do have TV rooms that are available for our students. So obviously right now it's kind of empty, but you can imagine during Super Bowl Sunday and basketball season, RAs will host events and host pizza parties to help, the students get out of their room and build community within the residence halls.
All right, guys, so welcome to East Commons. This is one of our 2 dining halls on campus. The other one is called Z6, and it's located on the western side of campus, right across the opposite side from this dining hall. The only difference between the two is that this one is open from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. in the morning for late night dining, and if you have our all-access meal plan, you can come in and use a meal swipe to eat during that time. Now, in terms of meal plans, we offer the choice between 3 for our incoming freshman students. One is our basic plan, the other one is the Wolves plan, and the other one is the all-access plan, like I mentioned before. The only difference between those is how many meal swipes a week you get and how many dining dollars a semester you get, as well as whether you can use meal swipes for late-night dining or not. Now, in terms of on-campus currency, I mentioned dining dollars before. That's basically a portion that you get with your meal plan every semester, and you can use it at places like Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, and other restaurants on campus. The other one that we have is called Wolf Bucks, and you can use it at places like to eat, but you can also use it at places like the bookstore and other things like that as well. Now, in terms of dining options that we have in here, we have tons of international cuisine. We have a pizza oven, burger grill, healthy eating options, soups and salads, and we also have dietary restriction needs. If you have those, we can meet those for your need as well.
All right, guys, so we've made it to our next stop. This is the academic quad, where we have some of our classes for many of our students. Over to my right is the humanities building, and that's our hub for all things artistic. So we have our art majors, our music majors, our theater majors. We have a really cool recital hall in there named after Kathy Cashin, and it actually houses a grand piano where our students can practice on, and they even hold their smaller recitals there. So right over to my left is the Pafford building. That's actually our ology building. So we have sociology and criminology there, but it's generally for our social science majors. So we have political science classes and things of that nature that we take there. Behind it, we have the Bonner Lecture Hall. It actually sits about 150 students. So we have some cool panel-like discussions and guest speakers that also come there. Behind me is the Boyd building, and a lot of students like to say avoid Boyd because it is our department for math and physics, but no worries. If math isn't your strong suit, on the 3rd floor, we have a math center equipped with grad assistants and professors that are here to help you with all of your math needs. And I bet you're wondering, tour guide, you said this is the academic quad. That means there's 4 buildings and you only named 3. No worries, the last building is actually the library off in the corner.
So we are currently in the Technology Enhanced Learning Center, also known as the TLC. It's important, if you're going to come to West Georgia, you have to learn the acronym. So we're in the TLC. The first department that I want to point out about the TLC is right here behind me. It is the Writing Center. So when you come to college, you are going to get writing assignments in more than your English 1101 and English 1102 classes. Your biology professor may ask you for a paper, or your physics professor. You never know. So it's important to know that you have a resource here on campus that can help you throughout all stages of the writing process. From the very beginning to, helping you come up with ideas, till the very end, helping you proofread through your papers. So another thing that I want to point out about the TLC is that it houses our biggest lecture hall that we have here on campus. It seats about 300 students, but trust me, you'll never have a class size that big. Our average class size is 26 students, and our student to professor ratio is 19:1. So like I said, generally our class sizes aren't that big. Don't feel like after your class you can't go up to your professor and make those connections and start conversations with them. Also located in the TLC is one of our Wolves Express. They're like our market areas that we have here on campus. There's several located all over campus, and you can just pick up quick snacks like water bottles, chips, and granola bars, things to help you get through your day.
All right, guys, so this building behind me is the Campus Center, equipped with a whole bunch of fun things. So our Campus Center actually houses our University Recreation Center. So we have our gym in there. It's actually filled with equipment that is 3 years or less. Which means that it's fairly new, so it's all there for you guys to be able to utilize. We have 2 full basketball courts in the front, 2 full basketball courts in the back, so that's 4 full in all. We have an indoor track that's 1/8 of a mile, so if running 8 times, you get that mile. If working independently in the gym is not something you want to look forward to, you want to do it in a group setting, you can definitely sign up for one of our fitness classes. We have Zumba, butts and guts, yoga, all different kind of fun things. I think all attention is always going to be drawn to our large rock climbing wall in the Campus Center. It's actually the tallest rock climbing wall in the University System of Georgia, reigning at a hearty 48 feet. And it's actually hosted to us by West Georgia Outdoors. They host other outdoors activities like kayaking, whitewater rafting, paddling, all different kind of fun things that you can do in the outdoors. And you can even rent outdoor equipment. So if you want to go hiking with your friends, you can get some hiking gear. If you want to go camping, you want to get some tents, West Georgia Outdoors will be able to rent that out to you. So that's super convenient, all here in the Campus Center. We also have some of our Campus Center ballrooms. So when it gets a little too chilly outside to hold events on Love Valley, we bring it on inside to our ballrooms. We also have our Center for Student Involvement that houses over 200 organizations, student organizations on campus. So you can definitely go there to find out how you can be involved on campus.
We want to thank you guys for virtually touring the University of West Georgia with us. My name is Ashley Dorsey.
And I'm Ziada Mengistu, and if you guys don't do anything else, go West Schools!